maybe.
Oh, goodness. Look at all.
Probably not. Hello, everybody.
Hi.
Everybody have a nice Thanksgiving, hopefully.
Yes.
Get plenty to eat, have lots of leftovers. I just put some soup in the freezer from whatever. I don't think I'll be able to get to it all. So looks like we may have a few of us going to be light tonight, I think. A lot of people will be catching up with the recording. Thank you very much. Okay, let's do this. We are recording in case you think you missed something. And as you notice, some of you did notice, so the always go to the web page to look at the 2024 materials. Always go to the Tech Trek documents, forms and documents. Let me put that in the link or in the chat. Let's see, which one do I have? Yeah. And some of these documents will require you to log in. And let me let these people in. And I'm going to put this in the chat. This is the link for, that's the website page. And so we're updating the documents as we speak. Some of them are just minor changes, 2023. There should be nothing major needing to be changed on the website. There may still be a 2023 version of something there because the web team hasn't gotten to put it up yet. But what is up there is the one that's current as of right now is the parent or the letter to the schools is 2024. So you have both a PDF version that you can fill in and one that you can customize a little bit more. The timeline is going up there probably within a couple days, maybe a day or two. And I'm going to go over the timeline with you tonight so that if you have questions, you can ask those questions. Let me share my captions. Okay, so there should be transcripts on if anybody wants to do that. I will end up saving them just as I put them into the resources for the first meeting. You'll end up having them here. And so you can also turn your transcripts on if you want to see what's said. Okay, let's see. First off, I want to do a quick little poll just to see who we have here. And I'm not exactly sure what's going to happen when I launch it, but are you seeing some questions there?
Yes. Yes.
There's a series of questions, so you have to kind of scroll through to get them. I'll give you a minute or two just to get some information. I'm going to save this poll. It'll be available afterwards for other people to see too, if you want to see it. So we have a lot of STEM education and then non-STEM fields outside education so far. 3 people. I'll give you another minute or two.
We're supposed to answer this now?
Yeah, you answer it now.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Sorry. A few minutes to get connected while we wait for other people.
So I was a school nurse. I was a school nurse, and so I didn't teach STEM, but I was STEM in education. So I'm not real sure where I should check.
You can put STEM outside of education.
Okay.
Even though you were in education, you were acting as
I did some education, fortunately, but not
I'm
much.
sure you did.
Not enough.
I'm sure you did too. I'll give you a few more minutes to try and do that. And then what I'll do is I'll share the information after.
And Mary, I corrected the safe campus thing on our spreadsheet
Oh, thank you,
for
hon.
CSUMB. I don't know. I was brain fart.
Yeah, it happens. And we're not at the final version anyway, so I'm not gonna,
Mhm.
you know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and we had a few more people coming in.
Mary, did
Yeah.
you just ask one question?
There's 3 questions, so you have to scroll down.
Uh-oh. Only saw
I
two.
don't see the other two. I only got one.
Should
Oh.
be like as you have to kind of pull it down on the side. You'll see there's a little bar to pull it down.
There's no way to get it back, is there?
I don't think so. I wouldn't worry about this. It's not like there's high stakes, right? It's like
Oh, gosh.
One other
I'm not
question.
going to be graded on it.
no,
Yeah.
I am going to grade you all on it. Yes, I am.
Oh,
Dr.
Mary.
Mimi, Dr. Mimi, for that website, is there a password different than the California AAUW
It's
password?
actually AAUWCA is the password. AAUWCA, all
Right.
lowercase.
Yeah, same as, okay.
I'm going to go ahead and end the poll. And I don't know if it's going to tell us who we are. You all will see it, but I won't end up seeing it for some reason. They don't want you to see it. So I'm going to stop sharing it. I will
I'll only see two.
share the information afterwards. See, I had 46 people on the last question, 61 on the first, and 63 on the second, 63 on the first. So I'll share these results later with you, just kind of to help us figure out what's going on. Okay. So, one more person. Let's get going. Let's get going. I'm going to share my screen. And for those of you who did not make the first meeting, I'm Mary Isaac. I'm Dr. Mimi. For those of you who don't know me, about 1 out of 4 of us is new. So I think I shared with you last time, but that means that we basically, we have to kind of go back through and help everybody get up to speed. Some of you are already up to speed, and from that perspective, you can kind of maybe go on, autopilot from this point forward. But I would expect those of you who have been around a while to be able to share with some of the people who are new what some of your tips and tricks and all of that is for how you do your job. So hopefully that's how it'll work out. So we're going to talk a little bit about the timeline. Actually, we'll probably talk the most about the timeline. I'll talk a little bit about the schedule and give you a Camp Enigma update where we're at there. Talk a little bit about branch resources, and I'm going to do a quick little journey into Camp Doc just to show you what it looks like, but we don't have anything in there for 2024 yet. So don't start panicking because you're not seeing things or that you want people to be able to access. That won't happen until after January 1st. It will probably be closer to the middle or end of January before Camp Doc will be turned on for everybody else. You will be able to get in. You can get in to see it now and get to see your all the information that's available to you from last year's campers, but you won't be able to see anything for next year because we haven't started that yet. Okay. I put this in here in the PDF just in case you didn't get it the first round, but this gives you some pictures and stuff from the camps, and you can share that information, use it. So it was just something to give you in case you didn't see it in the first pass. So I also included this slide, which is the same one from the kickoff slide. And basically, I just wanted to iterate, we are still using Camp Doc this year. I am adding new branch coordinators. Nancy Haston, if you're on the phone, I think I added some of yours, but not all of them yet. So it'll be the same link as last year. If you're already set up, with an account. The only thing that'll happen this year that'll be different is I will go ahead and add some new sessions to you when we have the 2024 sessions. So you can start seeing your campers in your new session. Right now, you still should be able to see your old campers, as I said before, and we can talk a little bit more about that. We are going to have some office hours. They're going to start at the end of January for Camp Doc, for anything you want to talk about. So, but pretty much it ends up being a Camp Doc show and tell kind of thing where I go through and show people, here's how you find this information. The volunteer conduct agreement is available now, and it will be, your report probably is not going to be available online yet because we don't have any data in it, but it will be something that you as branch coordinators will be able to go see who of your volunteers have completed the volunteer conduct agreement. And we keep all of that online. You can, there's really no point in printing it out or sending yourself a copy of it because it's just a couple links to documents at this point in time. Okay, so let's talk about the timeline. Let me just take a quick look through the chat. And hopefully, Angela, you and Valerie and Roseanne can keep me up to speed, blah, blah, blah. Well, we also need to, yeah, Lisa, you'll probably get connections. I'll be sending you emails periodically and they'll have links in it to different documents. So what we've set up, and I'll show you in Google Drive, similar to what we had a couple of years ago, where you have your branch folder. And so anything that we're going to give you, we'll put in that branch folder. And so you will have access to that branch folder. And I'll make sure everybody gets that specific access to that. Yeah, Ms. Sharon, you had a question? Sharon Siebert, you're on mute. No. Okay.
I did not have a question.
Okay, you did not. Somebody did.
Somebody else.
You may have, Rosemary, you may have missed the request for camper numbers. It came out in the B2B earlier this month. It is, I will go ahead and put that in the chat too. If somebody's got it handy, you can put it in the chat because I'll have to find it. Look for it. It is just a standard request, and let me do a quick look here. Nope. Sorry, you'll have to wait. It is in the PDF file. At the end of the presentation, there will be a PDF, and you'll be able, I can show you in the presentation where it is.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Let's see, where did I lose it? Okay. Yes, every year you have to do a new volunteer conduct agreement. Yeah. So it's just in case anything changes, but that is something every year. Yes, the exact wording for COVID vaccination requirement, we are updating all of those documents right now. As I said, and we have to go to the board. We're going to go to the board in December with approval for that. But this year, what will be different is they will be able to do what is called an affirmative declination. We're going to build that right into Camp Doc so they don't have to upload a document, so that it's strictly a matter of them checking a box and the parent typing their name in, and that will count as the affirmative declination. And that's because our UC campuses are requiring that. So you don't they require vaccinations, but you can affirmatively decline the COVID vaccination. You still have to get a medical exemption for MMR. And so it's a little bit complicated, but it should be a little bit easier, and you won't have to worry about that paperwork, having somebody upload something. Lisa, what's your question?
You said B2B. I'm assuming that's board to board.
Yes,
Yeah,
board
correct.
board.
Okay, because as
I sent an email out to everybody in the middle of November.
Right, and I did receive your email, but I am one of the people that hasn't been getting the board to board. So
Hmm.
I don't know that everybody gets that.
Hmm.
Sandy Gabe just
Everybody
sent out.
should, Sandy has been sending it to, especially if there's some Tech Trek stuff, she sends it to the president. And I thought the branch coordinators, but I could be wrong.
Well, she may have been sending it to the president. The president doesn't realize I'm not getting it, but I will. Sandy sent me an email asking, was I getting it? So I'll respond that no, I wasn't. I
Okay.
didn't know I was supposed to be getting it. Thank you. I just wanted that clarified.
I
Thanks.
would just, if you're not getting B2B, then if you're not getting some emails, I would make sure you send an email to the web team and tell them that you're not getting those emails. I know that some people didn't realize they had to update the directory in order for them to get Tech Trek emails, and that's you have to let the web team know that.
Well, I'm the person who did the bore, and I did absolutely put all the correct information in there, but I think somehow a lot of it didn't get uploaded. So just
Okay.
error.
Mary,
Yes, ma'am.
everybody who's listed in the branch officer report should be getting the B2B.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if
So-
it wasn't put in correctly, the office can help correct it.
Correct that. Yeah. Yeah. The email I sent out to everybody was one directly to the branch coordinators, and it had the I didn't send it out, the state sent it out, so it won't come from my email, it'll come from AAUW. And that's who, does anybody have the mid November one I sent that you can kind of share? I'm happy to let you share your screen. Yeah, Deborah. You're on mute, Deb.
This underline submits a request again in November. I can't find that link anywhere, and I may just be missing it in there. And that's still a hard thing for me to do because I don't know what camps there are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm still not sure how much money we're going to have, but I do want to get something in there. So, okay, what is this?
This is the letter that came out in November 15th. And it is you want to scroll down a little bit, Angela? There's the link in there that go ahead, and if you click that link, well, if you do, it's going to make you go through it all again, and we won't make you do that.
Okay, I don't know that I got that.
Okay, so it goes through the state, and it goes to everybody that's supposed to be listed as a branch coordinator or a T-TAG advisor. And I think she also sent it to presidents. So
okay, well, I'll go look. I should have gotten it. November 15th is when it came
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Okay, I'll go look again. Is there
Check
any
your
other
junk.
way for me
Check
to
your
hit
junk.
that link?
Yeah.
I put the link in the chat.
Thanks, Angela.
Oh, and that's okay.
That is the direct link to the form itself rather than her email. Yeah, Carol.
There's another reason why some people whose name were submitted in the BOR are not getting messages, and it seems odd, but I was one of them. So is there a problem?
No,
anyway,
somebody-
so
Yeah, we're good.
again, tell the web team and they'll fix it, because I know I did the BOR for our branch, and I know I submitted everybody, and I'm not the only one in one of my branches not getting these things. So just keep after them.
Yeah, that's the most beneficial. Deborah, do you have another question too?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Well, and if you want, we can stay after, and I can do some quick looks and see, what's where after the call's over.
Okay, thanks.
Rolly, what's up?
As far as I know, I submitted this, because there was a link even from your slides.
You did submit it.
Okay, thank you.
You did.
confirming that. All
Yep.
right.
So so we have about 110 branches normally that are involved with Tech Trek, and about 55 of you have submitted. Somebody came in today and said, "Oh, it was due today." I said, "No, it was due in the middle of December, but I'm happy if you get it in early. That's a good thing." So, yeah, so try to get it in as soon as you can. And if you don't have the link, send me a separate email and I'll make sure that you get it. Let me go back to the other one. You're funny, Melinda.
Mimi,
Yes, Karen.
it's Karen. Okay, so I'm going on my I'm on my phone, so I'm going on my computer, and I have nothing for November 15th. I haven't seen anything. So am I supposed to go into AAUW? I don't see anything where I got that message.
Okay, so unfortunately, since I didn't send it, I can't tell you whether it bounced for me or not. The only person who can tell you whether you got it or not, whether it was sent, and according to Sandy, she got quite a few bounces. So I don't know if that means.
Could it be in spam?
Oh, definitely could be
Yes.
in spam. I would definitely check your spam.
And Mary, if
Especially
people are
somebody sends
using,
me more than one message.
if people are using Gmail, Gmail has a way to put stuff in updates and forums and so
And they'll
forth.
put
So
it
people need
into
to look at all of that.
important- They might throw it into your important mail.
Exactly.
Or something. So you do need to and
Search.
maybe. Can you put, Angela, can you put in the chat box, could you put the subject of the mail so that makes it a little bit easier to find, but not always. Yeah, Valerie.
And don't check your spam, check your actual trash. So I get some things from regular senders that sometimes go into trash, no rhyme or reason. So it's not even in spam, it's in trash. So if you delete trash on a regular basis, scroll through that before you accidentally hit all and think it's just trash.
Thanks, Jeremy. Yes, Valerie.
I just did a search through my emails and I put in board to board and I got it in September and October, but not November. So
Interesting.
there's something weird about November. Just wanted to say that. And then also there was a question in the chat about, can we change our number once it's been submitted?
Yes. So this is a preliminary number. What we're going to do is, as I finish going through the presentation, we will massage these numbers based on what camps we have available. And then you'll find out in January how many that we think. Hopefully it'll be all you asked for, but we'll tell you, here's how many that we can commit to you at this camp or whatever camps you applied for or told us about.
Okay, thank you.
And so nothing is going to be like cast in concrete at this point in time. This is all just something that we're going to be using to make some decisions in the next month or so. Yes, Laura.
Is it better to go with the number we hope for or the number we can, that's like, should we go high or low in this first thing?
Go high and
I mean, because I'm not sure about the funding.
money.
Yeah, that's what we'll have to raise money and we don't know if we'll succeed.
Yeah.
So, but go with the higher number, and then if we don't succeed by the time you need the for sure number, we can lower it.
I would go with the higher number.
Okay.
And if it's questionable, I'm going to come back to you and say,
Okay.
What are you
All right.
really
Thanks.
thinking? Yes.
And Mary, the board to board there's always a link on the board, on the state website to every board to board in addition.
Oh, there is?
Yes, there is.
Can you put that link in the chat, somebody?
I will try and find it for you.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's go back to this because I would like to get done with this sometime tonight.
Can I, before you go on, can I just ask you, I can't find anything. Seriously, I'm looking through everything, old mail, new mail, spam. I don't see a thing. Anyway, so
the only thing I can think, Karen, again, what I'll do after the call is over, anybody wants to stay over, we can go and do a little bit of research and see what potentially the issue is, and I can certainly share the links with you so you can do your stuff too.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yep. Okay. So let's move on. And just hang tight and come, hang over when we get through this. So right at this point in time, we've been through September. Most of you have had meetings with your campers after camp. Whoops. We've had our Tech Trek post-camp meetings. You theoretically should have submitted a request, and here's the link right here. This is what the request looks like. Right? So this is what you'll go through, and you'll say who you are and what you want, and it basically will give you a little, let me put in some fake information here so I can go on to the next page so I can show you.
And where's that form?
That was in the email.
This
the
is stuff
November?
that's in the email, and it's also in the presentation that I'm doing right now. So I just clicked from the presentation, and when you get to the point where you're getting the PDF, it's going to give you some information in it and help you kind of figure out where you might need to go or what's available at this point in time. And obviously we have Camp Enigma, very undefined at this point in time, and it's going to remain undefined for another couple weeks. So you have to kind of say, all right, it's going to be in Northern California. It's going to be, and I will talk to you a little bit about what the potential locations are. It's going to be sometime in July. I don't know the exact dates for July, but when we go back to the presentation, I can share that with you. So this is basically it's going to walk you through everything that you need to do to complete. All right, let me get back to the presentation. I think I can do this now. Yeah. Okay. So you submit your request, and then we'll start working on it from that point in time. So then between now and then, all of these have actual links. I'm not going to go to them because you can do it yourself. When you get the PDF, you can click all these links to your heart's content, and it will help you. It basically takes you to everything that is on that forms and documents page on the website that is active at this point in time. So the letter to the principal and teachers, the program flyer, the nomination criteria. This will take you to the new Tech Trek Volunteer Code of Conduct that needs to be completed. And then later on this month, it'll probably be between December 15th and the end of the month, you'll start getting you'll get a letter that says, here's what's new in 2024. Hopefully we'll be far enough down the road that we can make some very firm commitments about what camps are going to be open. And it'll be the same thing that we're going to be recommending to the board to approve in January. So hopefully you'll be getting that information early enough so you can continue moving forward on it. And then again, just like last year, you will manage the nominations. You're the ones that are going to work with the schools. We'll tell you in January what's available to you. Your branch president will complete the MOU just like they did last year. So they will get a link. We will send them a link through the state, and they will complete that MOU and identify, especially in the case where you have multiple branch coordinators, they'll identify one branch coordinator for us to work with to make sure that we have all of the information clear. You can work with each other, but we are going to be looking for each branch to tell us, here's the one person that's going to be the point person for our branch. And then in January, again, as I mentioned, we'll open the online sessions for camper and staff applications in CampDoc. Anybody that is an alumna, obviously, we've already got their approvals to communicate with them. So it's not, the parent still has to say, yes, it's okay for my kid to apply, but you can go directly to the alumna. You don't have to wait and go to the parent first because you had already gotten that okay way back when. Yeah, Deborah. You're on mute.
Right. Now, this says, the MOU commits to fund the number of requested camperships.
Yep.
Okay, so I had a little problem with that last year, was that I requested 5 or something, and we got 5, but I could only get 4 girls. I hadn't sent in the money. So when I sent in the money, I sent in for 4, and I told the camp director, the camp financial director, that, you know, we weren't able to get that 4th person. I wanted to let them know so they could open that up to somebody who might need it.
Yeah.
But I kind of felt like you were supposed to pay for all of these and then let the money stay in.
Wow. I mean,
don't-
technically, theoretically, once you make your commitment, you say, I want to do 5, then theoretically on March 15th, you should be sending funds for 5 campers. If
Right.
you then don't have the ability to fulfill that 5th, yes, then your money would be carried over to the next year. But if you don't have the funds to send in the funds, then you can't get it, I guess. And so that would be, at that point, you send in the funds for the 4 people, and we would just say, you got 4 campers, and we're going to pull that. It's not like we're going to say, you got to give us the money.
Yeah.
I mean-
Okay, but it's the easier way would be to pay for what you asked for, and then if you have a holdover, the funds would stay at okay.
Yes, that's basically how it works.
Okay.
Yeah, Raleigh.
Is there any part of the process in contacting schools and getting the nominations that requires the use of CampDoc?
No. Well, not for the nominations.
Okay.
You know, what you really want is to, there's a spreadsheet, and I think that's, I don't know if this is the one here.
Like in the past, what our branch has done is created a Google form that is sent to the teachers, which has all the data that is required in the nomination spreadsheet for each of the nominations. And then that form spits out the data in a spreadsheet. But so really the first time CampDoc is needed is when the potential campers start filling in applications. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay, so then that won't happen until January. So we don't really, I mean, I guess we start contacting schools very early in January, and we don't need CampDoc.
Well, I mean, a lot of people contact them now.
Now, yes, I'm contacting them now.
They are contacting them just to let them know, and it depends on the program and how much involvement they've had. I'm looking for this one here. So there is a nomination spreadsheet here. This teacher nomination spreadsheet. Sorry, I have way many things open on my desktop. It's like Sandy. So it looks kind of like this, and it's got this is where they would enter their information on this second sheet. But this basically, the first sheet gives them some instructions for how to do it. And you can create your own. We just gave this to you, you know, to give you something that you can use. So you can